What's up, guys? Today we're going to do a little bit of video on this maintenance general upkeep. I've already done some. I've regreased my wheel bearings and my suspension linkage. I usually do this about every 2 to 3 rides just to keep it safe. But last weekend I went into had some mud get into it. And or weekend before last, went through some deep mud holes that I got stuck in almost, and pretty much buried the rear end, so I wanted to clean the bearings out and regrease them and everything. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you what I've already done. Let's see here. Already done them. They were very bad. They had dirt all in them. I guess it's like mud hole or whatever. But took them all the way apart. Took the bearings covers off of the side of the bearings. Put grease down inside the actual ball bearings of the bearing. Cleaned it all up. Put it back together. Now I'm gonna have to reinstall them. And so next, what we're gonna do, I did the rear wheel bearings also. I've done put that back on, but redid all of them, both of them also. And as you can see, that's where the suspension linkage goes. I cleaned out around all that, cleaned out around the engine and everything. And, made that one video where I put a O-ring chain on here and had to put a spacer behind the sprocket. And it seems to be working. It ain't rubbing the case. See, it started to right here before I put the spacer on it. I don't know if you can see it real well. Camera won't focus on it too good, but you can see where it kind of rubbed on it a little bit. But it's not now. Obviously, I already done went through it. So, but anyway, next thing we're gonna do is the front wheel. I'm gonna get all this stuff put back together and get that front wheel off, and we'll go from there. See you in a minute. All right, guys, we're back. Got the front wheel off. Got it sitting on the table here. Here is the bearings and the seal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this seal out. You can be real careful about doing this, though. Just go around a little bit at a time, taking it loose. And it will pop out. You won't mess it up. Hang on, let me do this. I'll get back to you. All right, got that off. Now we're looking at our bearing here, which don't look too bad. It's got some grease in it, don't it? Okay. So what we usually do is I'm just gonna go ahead and knock all this mess up on out of here. Get all this old grease out. I'll show some better way to do this camera. It's hard to do all this with one hand. Alright. Got all that out. Now I'll get this little bearing cover off. I'm gonna get that off, not damaging it, and then we'll pack some grease down in there. Be right back. All right, guys. Now look, this was like this in here. You can get these out pretty easy. Just be careful with it. All you got to do is just stick your screwdriver like right down in there when it's on there, and just barely pop it up. Little screwdriver, not a big one, just a little. Just stick it down in there, and it'll pop on out for you. And you just take it on out. Try not to. It'll bend because that's metal, so be careful. Don't bend it up too bad anyway. You got to put it back. And there's the bearing, actually itself, which I say don't look too awful bad. It's got some grease in it. So it ain't too awful shabby. I'm gonna pack some grease down into it. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm like in the old days where you pack grease in it with a bearing with your hand. Now you put the grease on your hand and just take the bearing and go by it around in a circle one by one, smashing the grease inside the bearing. Well, it's kind of like this. So you take some, put it on your finger, smash it down inside of it like that. You know what I'm saying? And it goes all the way in the bearing once you do that. I'll get a little bit more. So you get some more on your finger, it'll smash down good. Smash it in. Just like that. It'll spin, that's good. Alright. Just keep doing that all the way around the bearing until it won't hold no more. You'll be able to tell. It won't be able, it'll keep pushing out somewhere else. So just load your bearing up with grease like that, and then you can take and you can pop that little circle back on the little bearing cover. that right there. Pop it back on. I'm going to clean all them up. And we'll pop it back on. Let me get all the grease in there and then I'll show you. Alright guys, check it out. I packed that bad boy and I packed that good. Now yeah, I know it's a mess, but I'm going to clean it up. But just so you know, all around through here when I started putting grease in it was, piled up high on top of that. I pushed it in there so much and I look at it, it's almost all the way flat. That's because this bearing accepted all that grease that I put in there and pushed down in it. And all you got to do is push it down in there, slide, just put it on your finger, slide your finger down through there and then go back around it and push it down. Put another little piece on there, slide your finger down, slide it down through your axle. Where your axle goes, the grease will pile up on this edge. Take your finger and smear it in. It'll push it down into the bearing. And that's all you got to do. Now let me clean this up. All right, guys, check it out. A little bit better on it. All right, clean my little bearing cover up also. Now all you got to do is you just take this little thing and it'll pop right back into place. Just go right around into it. Push it down. Hard to do on one hand. And it'll pop right back into place. Just like that. No problem. There you go. Bearing is nice and greased. Even got it on the inside now. Come on with it. Alright, now we'll flip it over and we'll do the next side. Alright guys, we're finished with the bearings. Getting them all cleaned up. Got everything back in order. Got both sides done, cleaned up, regreased. Got the spacers cleaned up. Got everything on there. I don't know if some people like to do this, but I do. If you'll ever notice, sometimes on your rotors, around the edges right here, I've already done some of mine, they'll get rust real bad. And on the inside also, you'll get rust build up on the inside of these little holes and stuff. All I like to do is I just take a Dremel tool. Now I don't have a good bit. I just got one of these stone bits on here now. But if you do, you have one of them little sandpaper round bits you could take. Just go around the outside or around the holes of your disc rotor. I like to do it. Hell, it just makes it look better. I don't like that old rusty look. You look down at it and you actually see the top of your rotor. Most people do anyway. And you see rust, man. I don't like that. See like that right there. Yeah, can you see it? Yeah, see the rust in there? See that? This little bit I got ain't doing a really good job. As you can see, this is one of them down stone, like sharpening bits. I'm going to have to go get me some here in a little while. But yeah, something I just like to do. I thought I'd show y'all what you can do to get rid of it. Just take your Dremel tool, or you can take sandpaper. Don't really matter. It'll make it look better. I'm OCD and like to keep my bike very, very clean at all times. I know it's not made to stay clean, immaculate all the time, but when you keep them clean and you lube them and keep them greased, you tend to find stuff more often that might need to be looked at and fix it before it turns into something big. It's always good to know. It's always good to have your stuff clean. As you can see, mine stays pretty daggone clean. And that's the way I like it. Don't really care what people think. If they don't think, I keep it too clean, that's okay. Who cares what they think? And I'll tell you one thing else. This thing will last longer than anybody else's. I promise you that. If I keep it cleaned, I keep it lubed up. I keep everything tight on it. I check it every time I go riding. All the bolts, make sure none is loose. Everything lubed up. I just like doing these little videos just to waste time and show y'all stuff that I do. Maybe y'all could do also. All right, I think that's about it. I'll stick this front tire back on there. Oh, I wanted to show y'all something too else I found out the other day. It was pretty neat. Didn't think about it, but got your tire off. And you put your front axle in. This can tell you if your front forks are off or out of alignment. If you put your axle in there like that and it lines up good, put it all the way in. Get this joker in here. You can get it all the way in there like that right there, and you can still spin it like that, and your forks are lined up pretty well. you know. And but if you get it in there and it's hard to turn or it won't turn, that's when you go up here. And that's when you can loosen, you know, your fork tube bolts off and slide it up, down, whatever you need to do. But that's just a little tip I was going to show you. You can tell if your forks are straight, you know. And it could be off a little bit and it'd still go, but you'll feel it, I'm pretty sure. Or you might not. Hell, I don't know. I just thought about that, just so I thought I'd tell you about it. I got to clean this up and redo it also because it looks like hell. And you always clean these too. You can see where the bearings ride. Always make sure you clean those up very well. All right, guys, that's about it for me. Y'all have a great day.